morning. I just saw y'all yesterday. Don't do that. Y'all literally was just here. It's your girl Euphoria tapping in. As y'all know, we come here every day to get a little bit of guidance to see what's going on in the spirit realm, in my dreams and your dreams, and the whole entirety of the connection of the university that we call Earth. I want to say thank you to everyone clicking in my page and deciding to be here with me. I almost said somebody else's intro. Like, wow, I don't know why her intro keeps popping up in my head. Excuse me. And maybe I just need to kick her energy out of my body real quick. Okay. So today we're going to talk about, well, before we even figure out what we're going to talk about, I want to say thank you to everyone who subscribes to the channel and stays tuned and tapped in with me. I appreciate you all for being here, being great, being gods, and just being a part of the movement. You know, because without you all who tap into the channel, it'd be no point in being here. Oh, 111 on the clock as I say that. Okay, today's date is the 3rd of March. It says, cling to God. The whole being follows hard after you and clings closely to you. Your right hand upholds me. Psalm 63:8. The word of God has much to say about mourning. David started his day by praying and listening to God. He instructed the priests to stand every morning and to thank and praise the Lord. And likewise at evening. He said, the Lord has given peace and rest to his people. See Chronicles 23 through 25 through 30. Chronicles 23, 25 through 30. Sorry. Many times we pray and pray, but like Lot, we don't listen. For example, angels prompted Lot early in the morning to flee from Sodom and avoid its coming destruction. See Genesis 19:15. We can avoid disasters when we wait on God's instructions before acting. A great beginning leads to a great finish. Begin your day with thanksgiving and praise and end the evening before you rest. Thank the Lord again for a great day. Cling to God. Okay. So you might think of God as a white guy with long hair. I don't, like someone else said earlier to me on another tarot video, I don't believe God and Jesus are the same person. Of course, Jesus is supposed to be the Son of God. The Son of what the spiritual Most High represents as his son. But of course we know that Jesus was also manufactured, consummated, what's the other word? When you conceived in, I believe it was in Nazareth, Jerusalem area. We know that nobody around there has blue eyes and straight hair. So the whole concept of Jesus to me, honestly, still is a little shaky. I'm not telling you what to believe him, but it's just like based on, you know, what we've seen through history and science and what we see in the Bible, and the fact that Christianity was used to pretty much whitewash slaves into believing that their slave captors were more powerful than them by giving them an image that something that did not look like them was superior to them and had power over them, and because of what they were going through, they actually believed it. Stockholm syndrome, things of that nature, you know, mental imprisonment, you know, along with the physical bondage. So for me, I really don't lean towards Christianity for that reason alone. I was raised as a Catholic though. I was definitely raised as a Catholic, and I went to Catholic school all the way up until 5th grade. So I'm not against the teachings, because I believe no matter what book you read, no matter what color the people are in the book or who wrote the book still has knowledge. Hence Joyce Meyer, she wrote this book. She takes Bible verses and then she uses her own analogies behind them and creates her own interpretation. So I'm not against, you know, any particular soul. I'm just saying, based on what I understand Christianity was used to do in the past and how it was brought about to my ancestors, it just doesn't make sense for me to follow it die hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a whole entire religion before we came over here during slavery. We had a whole entire excuse me, we had a whole entire spiritual practice before we came over here. If it was so great, then how did you fall victim to slavery? Because we were literally taken from our families, put around people who didn't speak the same language as us, so on and so forth. But before I dive deeper into this message today, I want to go ahead and say, if you guys are interested in getting your sage bundles that comes with your Palo Santo. Be sure, ooh, that's strong. Which should let you know why you should get it. Be sure to click the link down below in the description box. Everything you need from me, everything is down there below. I already took my parasite detox capsules for this rising, so if you guys are interested in that, if you're part of my herpes positive community and you're following me over here from Instagram, get you some golden elimination. I had some orders come in. I gotta go ship that out today because today's Monday. And if you're interested in sea moss, we have that as well. Irish moss, Chondrus crispus, Dr. Sebi recommended. Just to let you guys know what I approve of, what I stand behind as far as products that have worked for me in the past. Of course, due to my current situation, I haven't been able to use all of them, meaning the sea moss. However, I've had wonderful individuals tell me that they loved my sea moss. They said it was wonderful, it tasted great. So, you know, just putting that out there for you guys so that you guys can also take advantage of those wonderful festivities. Because I believe that, you know, when we treat our bodies right and our minds especially gets the right kind of minerals and stuff, we can go a lot further in life. It makes it easy for us to process information when we actually have the right foods in us. The majority of my spiritual wealth came when I stopped eating meat. All right. So back to the message. So standing closer to God, and God being whatever you believe God to be. If it's Jesus for you, let it be Jesus. If you pray to Black Jesus, pray to Black Jesus. If you pray to Hispanic Jesus, be a Hispanic Jesus. If you pray to Horus, be Horus. Commission gods, Isis, Osiris, Nephis, Set, that whole family dynamic of Nut. If you pray to Buddha and all the bodhisattvas, all the other Buddhas like Siddhartha and stuff like that, go that route. Ganesh, Shiva, Shakti, Hindu, if you want to go that route, I respect it. And I think I've covered everybody's religion for the most part. Oh, Allah. If arm, leg, arm, head, any man that has all those things can govern himself as his own God. I truly believe in that because honestly, today is the second day of Ramadan. So shout out to everyone in Ramadan right now for fasting, because soon we all will be fasting together anyways. Easter comes with a fast. You have to eat only fish, I think, no poultry or something like that. So we all, in all religions, end up fasting around the same time, which is springtime, which is the true beginning of the new year, which is why we all fast around this time, to get rid of all the shit that we're supposed to be eating during hibernation, which is not the new year. So that we can go into the new year where new life sprouts effectively. That's what Ramadan, that's why we all fast around this time, which is why, again, the Gregorian calendar and everyday religion, it just don't make sense. It doesn't make sense, because clearly everyone's religion goes against it anyway. We have 13 periods a year, 13 moon cycles. Why do we only have 12 months? Again, it just, a lot of stuff we know it don't make sense. But I don't have to tell you what you already know. The main message here is stay close to God. So what is God to you? You figure that out and you stay close to it. I will reveal a few of my dreams to you all and my interpretations of what they mean. Okay, before I get into that, I had a moment happen yesterday. Yesterday I had someone that I was, a friend of mine that I don't want to say how do I put this? My intention was never to catch feelings for this person. I just knew because I saw them in a dream that I was meant to be in their life, right? And I didn't know how, because I never questioned how to show up in a person's life. I just say, God, let me know when the contract is up, so that I don't overpour myself into any vessel that you don't want me to overpour into, right? So yesterday I feel like was the end of our contract. I did all that I could, and I think the absence of me is usually what helps them actually learn the lesson. To see someone love the people, like when people come around me, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but when people come around me, I love unconditionally, fully, wholeheartedly, from a place that most people can't love from, because of the fact that most of us are broken. So I love from this space, even though I too am a broken person, but I love organically, fully, because of who I am. And again, I see people in my dreams before I see them in real life. Or I see them in real life and then I have a dream about them, about how far along down the road we're supposed to see each other, until what part of the dream, until what part in life. So I really take heed to that. I really pay attention to that. Like, every masculine that I've ever dealt with has been in my dream up until a certain point. So even last night, having the dreams that I had, I'll go over them, and before I get into them, it'll make sense. So once I felt that our contract was up, I pretty much, because yesterday I had this moment where I randomly fell asleep. It was this other guy who I felt like our contract was up. I lost $1,500 to him. I tried to call the police department about it. They like, I got to drive all the way back down to Alabama to file a lawsuit. I'm not doing that. However, $1,500 is a quite a little lump sum, so I might consider it. So driving all the way down there, would probably benefit me more than anything. However, he came back in my DMs like, oh no, the money's invested in something. You're going to get your money on Friday. I just need $500. I'm like, if you need $500, just wait till Friday to take your $500. Like, just, take it out of my money that you won't give me anyway. That makes sense. Oh no, what I'm doing for you costs more than that. I'm like, this sounds like a scam, honestly, and I'm not doing it. Like, give me my money back or I'm calling the police, because now this shit don't sound right. But instead of going the masculine route, I said, you know what? I don't have the money. I gotta make sure I can take care of my son and me first and foremost. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not listening to you or anything you have to say. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm responsible. I'm not doing that. So with that being said, I closed out that cycle. And right when he was talking to me, I just kept falling asleep. But then there was another opportunity that was trying to come my way for a guy who said he wanted to find a new co-host for his podcast. He was doing auditions at the time, and I completely passed out and went to sleep. Go figure. I say that to say, sometimes coming out of staying close to God and paying attention to what He has for you is the thing that makes the most sense. Because when I saw this person who I've been nurturing in my dream a year or two ago, they were running around like crazy on fire, and I was like, to get away from them, I kind of like hid behind a refrigerator. So when I got my $7,000 from my insurance claim, they called me randomly. I hadn't talked to them forever, and I was literally right next to a refrigerator while I was doing Grubhub. Then I'm watching tarot, and the girl who's doing tarot, she's like, my refrigerator just making so much noise. And now even another girl doing tarot, now her refrigerator is making a lot of noise. It's just the craziest thing. So I don't know if I'm just like a refrigerator to these people who be on fire. I be keeping them cool or what. Or if they the refrigerator to me, I don't know at this point. But something about this man running around crazy on fire and then me being next to a refrigerator was so important in this dream. So when he called me and I saw that all that had played out right in front of me, I was like, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and see what has to play out. So I stayed around. The person started talking to me crazy, woo woo woo, saying things about my herpes, saying things about me in general. Oh, why are you trying to build with me? I don't want you. I would never claim you. Things like that. And instead of it hurting me, I'm just looking like, I didn't ask you for those kind of things. I'm just trying to figure out how we're growing and building as far as two people who make content. Like, what are we doing? Like, why are you here? Why did you come into my life for what? Then I start putting one and two together. I'm like, this boy always asks me to buy him something. He came here to drain my money. He's not doing anything to help me make money. Every time I turn around, buy me food, buy me this, buy me food, buy me this. Let's go to 7. Let's go to 7-Eleven. Let's use your food stamp card. Let's get food stamps. Or he had a food stamp card too, but let's use yours too to get the food for this cook off that we doing. I can't even eat none of the food because it's all meat food anyway. I'm like, I should have bought a vegan meal to cook off, but neither here nor there. So I finally, like, after, because this all started on the 4th of this month or last month, and finally yesterday was the last straw. I was not about to go to March the 4th and endure this individual because I just was like, I can't, it's not making sense, right? Every time I come around you, we're arguing, then you're like, okay, I got the reaction I wanted out of you, I got what I wanted, so yeah, ha ha ha. And it's like, you can't take anything from me. All you can say is that you are an asshole. But if I speak on a situation, it's like, damn, you were really nice to that person and they treated you like shit. So whether you want to your individual groups, maybe to the darker side of people, maybe to the shadow version of people, you look cool. But to people who have a heart and have a conscious mind, they're like, that shit was weak, bro. But like, why would you do that? But not everybody came here to have a conscience. Not everybody came here to heal. Not everybody wants to heal. Not everybody is going to heal. Okay? So the more that I stay close to God and I realize that even in the Bible, people who are literally right next to Jesus Christ himself, the actual living sacrifice before and after his crucifixion, treated him like doo-doo water, treated him like crap. Even though he was the one saving them from their own sins, saving them from themselves, helping show them the way. Once I realized that happened in the Bible before and after crucifixion, it makes it easier for me to do my job, show people the most vulnerable, express version of love, and then graciously exit their life. For them to understand what real love is and why they should change their hearts. It's not usually your presence as a beautiful person, as a beautiful soul. It's not usually your presence that leaves an impact on a person's soul. It's usually your absence. That's why you have to take access to you very seriously. Not everyone deserves access. Not everybody deserves the ability to speak to you, to say good morning to you, to have your phone number even. Even having your phone number, even having the ability to access your social media. That's why a lot of people have their profiles on private. To be able to scroll up and down my timeline or on my page and see my reels and see how my energy is expressed is a privilege. To have access to me on YouTube is a privilege. Now, of course, I'm the one putting myself out here, but still, for me to allow the public to access it is a privilege. You know what I'm saying? Because I express my energy freely. I love freely, and it's like, not everyone on every level understands what that means and is able to appreciate it and even reciprocate. So let's get into the dream last night. Now, I'm not saying by any means that these particular individuals deserve anything more than the other person. I'm saying based on their understanding of energy, it might be why it'd be more beneficial for me to actually exchange energy with these individuals, which might be why they popped in my dream. Because after me cutting that individual off yesterday, because I went back to them, even after the beginning, I fell asleep, all of that. I went back to them. I bought them food. I'm like, you know what? But then my son called me and asked me for food too. And I felt jaded because I'm like, damn, I'm sitting here buying a grown man who can work food. Then my son's sitting here asking me for money for food and stuff like that. And I'm getting like, I can't be buying this grown man no food. He can work, he can get it on his own. Okay. So let's get into the dream. I don't know why this is a notes. It's supposed to be in my dream section. Hold on. Copy. I don't know. So last night I dreamt I was hanging out with, I'm not gonna say her name. It went smooth. We were at her house as if she threw an event. There were pools and much more. There were so many awesome things. There were some people at some point that could move on and leave, and I was with the group that stayed behind with her. Chemistry was pretty cool. You know, I felt the vibration in my brain. Okay, so when I left this person, I went to my little spot over here, and I fell asleep. When I fell asleep, I had this different like vibration in my brain, like the way that my pineal gland was just doing its thing, like the way I could feel my brain way more than before. It let me know that I was no longer in connection with that particular person, but I was connected to another person mentally, which let me know that that person was now on a whole different level, right? And I don't know if they was like showing off who was the best at being my mate. I don't know, whatever. So I'm feeling the vibration in my brain. I'm like, damn, my brain really activated. Like, just feeling all different parts of my brain activate, right? Like literally, that's like what I just did now is how I was feeling. I'm like, whoa, I woke up and my brain was just like, I could feel my brain power increasing, or like my brain actually being activated. I'm like, is this somebody with me right now? Didn't mind it. Went to sleep and I had this dream. Somewhere in the dream, I kind of dreamt that I went down to New Orleans. That just scared the shit out of me. A fucking crow just flew over here for some odd reason, because now the two crows are back trying to be in my space. Anyway, so I'm sitting here like, damn, my brain is activated in a different kind of way. Like, this is crazy. I go to sleep again. And I dream about New Orleans, and then I see another dream came where I was hanging out with a little baby. I'm like, what the hell? I was getting ready to do his hair, but then I drove to go get him some food first, and we messed around. Not like that. I was messing around, like poking with him, like he was in my passenger seat, like I was messing with him. And then I reached in his pocket, but there was nothing in it. He reached into his other pocket, and that's when he pulled out all his money and stuff. I was like, oh. But I wasn't trying to like reach in his pocket to take his money or nothing. I was just like, you know, I don't know, me as a person, like if I'm really cooling with my friends, whether they be whoever they are, I don't care how much money you have, who you are. I feel like if you in my car, then we should have access to each other. Like my mom, when I used to get in her car, she used to always do this thing called leg time, where she would like grab my leg, and it's like, it's this tickle point on your thigh where when you grab it, it tickles. So I'm used to that kind of interaction with somebody who I appreciate, because at the time when my mom did it, I had a good relationship with her. So for me, it was like, tickle, stop, ha, 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 ha. So to see somebody get my car that I'm assuming we're friends, I do it to them, and they're like, girl, what the heck? Like, they would laugh like, oh my God, stop, bitch. Like, you know, I did it to this person, and they would like, don't fucking touch me. Like, they would really like be angry. I'm just like, so you probably got in my car not to share energy with me, but to more so be on the pulling my energy side, because at the point where I've now did this to your leg and you're acting like it's a problem for me to interact with you how I'm used to interacting with people, then now I have an issue with you, because now you're in my space and you're like not, I don't feel comfortable in my most childlike version of myself with you. So now, no, you gotta go. If I feel like any kind of heaviness from your presence in my space, you gotta go. You gotta get out. Like, get out of my space. Seriously. I don't care how big you think you are. Get out of my space. Get out. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get the wand. I'm gonna spin around. Get out of my space. Get out. Get out. Wingardium Leviosa. Get the fuck out of here. Wingardium Leviosa. Get your ass the fuck up out of here. Both of y'all. Both of y'all crows. You see these crows over here? Get your asses up out of here. So again, my brain's activated. I'm just like, damn. I go to sleep. This person I see in my dreams. I wake up, go to New Orleans in my dreams. I don't know why I went there. My sister lives in New Orleans. But then I go to have another dream, and then little baby's in the dream, and we just playing around like a rich person, like, you know what I'm saying? So for the friend that I've met that where I'm really like able to see them in person, I'm like, is you in my car? You don't want to like, I kid, I joke, I kid. Like, bro, why are you here? You're not gonna make me feel uncomfortable in my space that I'm inviting you into. So I woke up this morning about 3 o'clock from that dream. But then I stayed up and then I kind of went back to sleep about like 5. And I saw another dream where I walked towards my grandfather's house. Like some other stuff was happening first, but I walked towards my grandfather's house and I saw some white kids leaving. And the girl said something. I said, "You should do this." She said, "Actually, no, I'm not going to." I said, "Okay, your loss, not mine, whatever." I walked into my grandfather's house, walked up the stairs, and walked into his bedroom. I lie to you or not, guys. He's standing up. This man has been crippled for the last like 4 or 5 years or something like that. Maybe longer. He's standing up in the dream and he looks younger than he's ever, like he looked back to the way he was and he looked tall. I'm like, how is he tall and young looking? He's a Cancer, by the way. I don't see my great grandmother at all. And he's standing up and he looks healthy and I'm like, oh my God, what did I say? I said, he said his nurse practitioner was actually draining him all along, and I told him he even looked younger. I asked how he looked. I asked how he looked, and then I asked how he looked in the mirror, and I saw that I looked like my grandmother. I had whiter hair, and I still had an afro, and I had bags in my face. Pretty much a sign that my whole environment was essentially just like all people. Everybody's energy vamping. Like he was pretty much getting his use maybe from my grandmother. Like he was sucking the life out of her. You know. Making her feel like she wasn't. So then on top of that, it made me think like, okay, so now I'm connected to my grandmother too, because me and my grandmother, we both had an ectopic pregnancy and a fallopian tube removal. Generational curses, generational, like, you know, things that we all carry, right? So then he said something about, yeah, the people who had the lotus flower bomb. I pretty much got in contact with them. And I remember the tarot reader, she said something about a lotus flower bomb. I'm looking at her like, why do I remember her saying that? Like, and then I hear it in my dream. I'm like, nah, that's weird. That's weird. So to see that my grandfather was potentially either siphoning my energy or my grandmother's energy, just let me know that in this world, people hold on to you as long as they can so that they can continue to live life. I don't know why we get so afraid of death when we know that death is the only way to true freedom of the spirit. We become something else. And before I went to sleep, I saw a video of a little baby girl. A woman said, "Hey guys, I always felt like my daughter was reincarnated of my grandmother. Look at what happened." She shows the daughter a picture of her grandmother. The little baby girl, she's like, "That's me." And she starts rubbing her face and she starts rubbing her hair. And she's looking and she starts rubbing her hair in the picture. She's like looking at her own hair. So the baby recognized it was her. Kind of how I have that relationship with my sister's daughter, where it's like, the day I cried, my sister wasn't supposed to go into natural labor. The baby stopped growing in her womb and all this other different stuff was happening. And one day I just cried. I cried. It's like I was watching a Darman video. If y'all know about Darman, y'all know them videos be getting your emotions. So I cried about it because it's like a girl got sick. No, a girl's husband got sick from cancer, and the only way she could get him back to health was by working her ass off and pretty much putting him back together. And I felt that because I felt like that's how I felt with my ex, who also was a Cancer, much like my grandfather. I felt like I've been working my ass off doing hair pretty much to just keep him together while he's incarcerated, not even nurturing myself. I felt like I legitimately was like sacrificing my peace, my everything, just to keep a man put together. So when I cried after watching this video, my sister goes into natural labor. Water breaks. Like most people's water don't even break. Her water broke and she went into actual labor. Have you mind, she wasn't supposed to go into labor. She's having difficulties her whole entire pregnancy, but I just start crying about, I can't believe I wasted my life acting like this girl in this video. And then boom, my sister goes into natural labor. Her baby's pretty much born that same day. You don't realize how connected we all are. Our tears are connected to healing each other. Generational trauma that we carry is connected to each other. We all stay connected to each other. Literally, we can stay alive by holding and clinging on to the people who are around us, especially our kids of the opposite sex. So now it's for me to realize after, because I had also saw a video last night of a father that was like moving over in his seat, and he held his daughter, or he moved closer to his wife, and he held the daughter on his lap, and the daughter was trying to push up off of him. The daughter was trying to get her up off, like get off his lap and sit in her own chair, and then like he like, but then like she kind of just was like so uncomfortably like holding space, because you could tell like he was plugged into his daughter. You could tell what he was doing. It was very obvious. So for me to see that, and then see all the things that I saw in my dream, it lets me know that a lot of us don't realize that a lot of adults have inappropriate relationships with children. A lot of adults have inappropriate relationships with each other, but most importantly with the children, right? And the quicker that we understand that and we respect that understanding about watching your fucking children around their own parents, watching your children around other adults, realizing that children are the gateway to the ancestors and are the ancestors reincarnated. So for us to not respect that is fucking damn ridiculous. Understand also that we are more powerful than we could possibly even understand. Like right now, it's this dude stuffing stuff into the trash can. Let me, like, bro, give it up. Y'all energy throwing me off. Like, they heart chakras all fucked up. I don't want to feel nothing. I don't want to feel none of that shit. Whatever y'all got going on, feel that on your own time. Get away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm good. So for me, seeing all that transpire like that, knowing that I got a custody case with my son and I'm such an intuitive like that, get the fuck on, bro. We don't have no energy for you. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all energy throwing me off. I don't have nothing for y'all. Go to y'all wives. Go get somebody else to do it. I don't have it for y'all. Roll out. I'm not here to nurture you. Y'all the trash guys. Y'all got y'all trash. Go find somebody else to do it. I have no interest in doing this right now. Get in the truck. Because even all the videos I watched last night, men just being in your energy, just being around you, they drain you. Men don't realize they plug their dick into you to drain your energy, period. We have the heart space and they just come in and they just drain it. Go take your truck on and drain somebody else. I'm already in this damn car by myself, please. The most unprotected person on the face of the planet is the black woman. I promise you. Promise you. So basically, my intuition is able to unlock a lot of secrets. I'm finally understanding my gifts more than before. And it's crazy because the person who I was trying to nurture, they were trying to get me to avoid my spiritual gifts. But I was literally in this spot and I looked up at the sky one night when I was dealing with them. I saw them in what looked like a star body where they sat there and they accepted a contract. They accepted a contract from I don't know who to pretty much take my soul from me or be the one to help deplete me of all my energy and be the one to be my handler. I saw this boy laid back, somebody presented him a contract, and it's like either I signed it in green writing or something, but I don't remember signing. Like I kept falling asleep during this. Like I felt so woozy when it was happening. And he picked up, he said, thank you. And he like tried to run off with it. And I'm like, no, the fuck you won't. So I'm like, I guess in my star body, I'm going like this, like grabbing him on his forehead, like, where the fuck you think you about to go with my shit? Like, get your ass back here. That I did that shit unconsciously. You're not about to get in front of me and take my shit from me. Like, I'm literally doing this in spirit. He just always call, hey, what are you doing? Like, anytime I would wake up in the middle of the night, he would immediately call me. What are you doing? I love you. What are you doing? I love you. I wake up at 1 o'clock, he calling me back. I wake up at 3 o'clock, he calling me back. Just the other night, the fight night, come on, stay on the phone with me the whole entire night. Don't get off the phone with me. But then that same mouth was opened up enough to say, I would never give you head. You got herpes. I don't. I would never deal with you like that. You're pressed. You're a cougar demon. Was his exact words to me. So whatever the contract was that I had to inflict whatever knowledge on him, he didn't want to receive it. So I believe now in these moments of my absence, he will remember everything that I was saying to him subconsciously, because it still goes in your subconscious even if you aren't listening. These are spiritual burps because his energy is coming through and I'm not holding space for it. As soon as I feel it touch, I'm going to just keep on releasing. Every time I feel it come through, I'm going to release it. It's like when people see that you're a kind soul, the first thing they try to do is just siphon all that love and abundance out of you. Everyone, your grandkids will use you, because by then when you get older, you stop having boundaries. You just realize, like, it is what it is. You get you somebody to make you feel good, that you intentionally with, and you get your people, you get your house, you get your environment, like whatever, fuck it. That's why you love to go to grandma's house, because grandma just always open. But seeing what I saw in that dream last night just let me know how intuitive I truly am in my soul. It's like people don't want to give intuitives their credit. Let me get up out of here. I don't trust it. It don't even feel right. That shit feel like it's on fire and fucked up. Let's get it up out of here. That face fucked up as hell. Jesus Christ. Like, just to intuitively feel like, I already know you coming over here to try to recharge yourself, and it's like your face already feel fucked up. And then just to be so smart with it. Because the car just tried to pull out of the damn parking lot. It just pulled over here. Look, I'm just trying to tell you how valuable the energy that we have is. Like, people really don't be believing. Like, literally that car drove in here, act like it was going to be next to me, parked, and look, it's gone. I just want to show y'all in real time how they really be hounding people down who got good energy and just be like, no, we not. Like, we not, and we not. Okay? That's why you need to, as a woman, protect your energy. That's why I'm like, I wonder who he signed this contract with when that happened in my dream. You get what I'm saying? It's like they keep on trying to get somebody to do it. And it's like, they gonna get, no, you're not getting nobody to fuck up my energy. Take your bullshit somewhere else. I don't have time for your shit. It's not welcome here. If you're going to siphon, it's not welcome. If you're here to pull, take, remove, it's not welcome. But I understand energy exchange as well. Your attention to me is something that I need to pay forward to. What are these? Oh, it's a goose. She's flying by herself for once. Yeah. So I don't know. People just be trying to take like or be that guy, and it's like if you're not that guy, then stop trying to be that guy. I don't want you to be in my energy because you're not that guy for me. Like, just leave it alone. I'm trying to come up with my crown chakra, wrap around my head. Like, but anywho, what I saw in that dream just let me know that women, most of us for that matter, don't even get the right to be like no about our bodies. We would scratch, scream, yell, and holler and bicker all day, and the man still gonna do whatever the fuck he wanna do because this is how he feel comfortable doing what he do. We can say all day, no, we don't want to interact like that. That's not how we want to do things. Like, just to see that father force that daughter to sit on his lap like that, like just pull her down on his lap, and she was a young daughter at that, and she just was like, she tried to tap her feet to like make it go away. And then to have a dream about trying to figure out why my grandfather still had youth and seeing that I looked like my grandmother in the mirror. And to see that the same thing was going on with me and my mother. And now my mother's kicking me out of the picture to do it to my son. And then to hear videos last night about how people will fatten you up like the Hansel and Gretel, the witch, fattened up the children before she consumed them or wanted to consume them. Just to see that this world is really like, we be looking for heaven on earth, but it's like, it's so many energy vampires, and they mainly be in your own bloodline. Like, they mainly be the people around you. And nobody wants to take accountability for that. They swear up and down that you're an evil person because you're like, nah, I'm protecting myself. I'm good. I don't need this energy exchange. If you're just gonna treat me like shit, I'm good. I don't live at your house, so don't consider me every day. I'm good. Just do your best to not think about me every day. Since you don't want to respect me and see me for who I am, when you know that I bring you good energy, you know that I bring you vitality, you know that even connection to me is connection to my child. You know that about me, and you still do everything in your power to disempower me, knowing that the reason I came here was to change the world. Like, y'all literally just seen a whole car drive through here, act like he was gonna back up, tried to block me in from parking. I held my boundary, and then I acted like I was about to leave. Then the car left, I came back. It's like, people real life, like, it's a people who looking at everything behind the scenes. Like, people be thinking that, oh, you spiritual people are crazy. Y'all are, no one's trying to follow you. Nobody's chasing you. Then what the fuck was that? Did y'all just saw it? What was that? That literally just happened just now. What was that? He drives in the parking lot speeding, and I felt something that felt hot. I'm like, oh God. I just looked at him like, he backs into a space. I try to drive out. He blocks me in first before I get the chance to drive out. Right when I look like I'm about to drive out, he drives out too. So I just be calm, forget about it, and just back up. My issue is that I know exactly who each person is. I know where they connect to me at. I know how to remove them. But the thing is, when they had access to me, they treated it like it wasn't anything. So it's like, now that you don't get undivided access, now what? Now what? I don't want to do your dirty work. I don't want to be your spiritual lackey. I don't want to be the battery to your business anymore, because you don't even respect me as what I truly am for you. Now what? My son went and told my father about what's going on with me. Has my father called me to fix it? No. Does my father make $100,000 a year and bragged about it in my face? Yes. Does he have a house that he has to pay for by himself? No. His mother's house is already paid off. All he has to do is pay utility bills like electric and a house in DC. People really do not give a fuck about each other anymore. It's like, in order for me to give a fuck about you, I need to be able to spiritually rape you, have spiritual sex with you, have access to your creative energy. If you don't want to give me that, then I'm gonna just let you rot in the streets and let the world rape you as my own child. I couldn't see myself doing that to my own kid. But the word of the day will stay close to God, not to people. Because God will give you an answer every time. Because I told God to remove anybody out of my life that was no good for me. And he got to removing. Pushed them out, moved them around. Shoot, even people who I think are like the best of the best of the best. Sometimes when they get in my energy, I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm getting stabbed in my shoulder. What is that? It's a heart chakra misalignment or something. I don't know, but maybe it's not for me to worry about it, you know? I could feel it. That don't mean I'm supposed to be the one to heal it. But most people don't even realize you can't even heal by yourself. Sorry, another spiritual burp. It's like it's these two crows keep coming over here trying to get in my energy space. And I know who the two crows are in like the 3D world. For me, it's just like, ugh, God, what do y'all want? Why are y'all here? I don't want y'all. Y'all don't want me. No. The party's over. Find somebody else to do it. What is this? Like, I'm ready to be single now. I'm at that point where I'm like, I'm ready to be single, like really single. Like, please leave me the fuck alone. I'm ready to be single as fuck. Even from friends. But if y'all support the business, you know, shout out to y'all. It's just, you know, you get to this point where it's just like, damn. Is that a bird? Oh yes, the geese, they're not even flying. The crows aren't flying, the geese aren't flying. One crow's in the top of the tree, the other one is not. It's like, no, I'm good. Oh, I'm just tired of sacrificing my body for y'all who don't really truly appreciate it. I saw your video on Facebook and it was warranted, so thanks once again. No problem, love. And like I said before, even your own flesh and blood will do you dirty and will go out of their way to try to take you out of your game. Try to come between you and your son and so on. It's sickening. And that right there is absolutely sickening and despicable, etc. You're absolutely right. Individuals don't give a damn about us because if they did, they would never take advantage of you. My issue is that no one tries to make it mutually beneficial anymore. I have no problem with you taking, taking some kind of stride in my property or being able to rent a room in my house and so on and so forth, because that's kind of how the world works. We're all houses, essentially. So everybody has to rent a room in everybody else's house or whatever. But, it's like, for me, personally, it's got to be mutually beneficial. It's got to be mutually beneficial. If I give you access to these things, this person, to me, to my son, to my life, what am I getting in return from you? What are you doing for me? Simply just sitting there and being able to brag about it, but then when you get the money and it rolls in, you're not even looking to consider me or my child? When you get the ability to, I don't know, move us around and do things for us, you're not even doing that? It's like, nah, bruh. It's like, no. It's got to be mutually beneficial. My interactions, well, the internet is not mutually beneficial. You just on there just sharing all your business, child. Because somebody need to hear this shit. Because I know there's other people going through this that are afraid to tell their story, or they think they're going through this by themselves, and they think they're the only person. They starting to think that they crazy. They start get to thinking like, oh shoot, I'm the problem. Papa Legba has a message though. What's the message, Papa Legba? What's that? What's up? What's the message for the collective today? A Ten of Cups blessing is coming very soon. The rainbow serpent also signifies feminine energy, and I see an inexhaustible, everlasting energy source. I just saw a Queen of Wands pop out, but I'm not taking it because it's behind a Queen of Pentacles. I'm just going to reshuffle. There's a transformation coming after a very tough battle and a betrayal. Like, people think that this betrayal stuff is just so, oh, you know, hey, well, you know I need it, so you might as well give it to me. Well, what do you think I need? Did you ever think about what I possibly needed? Did you ever think about how you were my age at one point and you needed what I need right now and you're not giving it to me? A King of Wands, of course. Emperor energy. Aries. King of Wands is a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. It's like everybody just want to be the victim and just be one to, a quick-witted thinker. Well, you know, because you got to have this moment. It's like, no, I'm somebody's mother. I can't afford to be out here, like, not protecting my child. That's my job. Trapping death also. It's my job to make sure people who are damn near dead are not siphoning the energy out of my kid. The ancestors are giving you a gift, though. What is the gift? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What is the gift that they're giving us? Some counsel from them. And that counsel may include some kind of protection from them as well. But this protection will leave somebody else in a hospital bed. But there will be abundance afterwards that will fall through for you. It's a card that flipped. Where is it? I just saw it. Where'd it go? I just saw a card that was flipped over. Oh, here it goes. A Hierophant energy. And that's the truth. A Hierophant is a spiritual leader. Like a person who can give you tips and tricks. Also teach you how to have patience with your spiritual gifts. Just saw the devil energy flip over. The devil card flipped over, but it flipped back over. I see an offer being made to someone. An ability to go ahead and run off from society. It seems my son might be doing okay. Hold on 1 second. Oh, look at all these other birds and ducks that just came over here out of nowhere. That's so crazy. I've never seen this many flying animals over here at the same time. They're all washing their butts in the waterfall. The geese usually would fly off at this time, but they're staying here. They're sitting down. I just looked at them and they were standing up. Now they're sitting down. They're looking at me. I'm looking over the ducks. They just washing their butts in the water. Duck, duck, goose. The geese are really looking at me like, should we fly? Is it time to fly yet? Can we take off? I don't really know. My son seems like he's doing okay. He asked me for some food the other day. Something will come out in your favor. He asked me for some McDonald's 2 days in a row. He seemed fine. I asked him if he was doing okay. He said he's okay, but I just have this weird feeling that when he's around certain relatives, they take advantage of him in the way that I saw that little girl being taken advantage of because I'm not around to protect him. I try my hardest to do so, but I'm literally looking at it in the spirit world. I'm like, why is there something gagged down my son's throat? Like, if I imagine my son's face and I say, like, stab something that's in front of his throat right now, move it out of the way. All of a sudden, my shoulders feel lighter. It's like somebody's spiritually trying to gag my son, or I don't know if it's because it's going on with his father. He's being in prison. He's being treated that way, so his spirit is also resonating on my son's soul. But it's like, what I feel spiritually, when it helps me feel freer, when I protect him, the things that I see behind the scenes, that's why it's not for everybody to have their third eye open, because people really can't handle it. Like, people think their third eye is open because it can vibrate. Until you start really seeing with your third eye, you ain't seeing shit. People doing spell work to you at night, obviously. And there's some kind of imposter syndrome going on here. There's a Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Wow, it's the Death card at the top of the deck. Like, how do you want to be the masculine energy in my life and have connections to me, and you're not even in a position to lead me nowhere? Like, being in your energy makes me feel like I can't even speak my mind. Like, I feel like I'm burping. When I clear your energy out, I'm burping, like, and my chest is finally feeling like it don't hurt. All eyes are watching you at this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like I really don't know what to do with the energy. Like, what to do with it. The Poverty card just popped out. 5 of Pentacles. It's like you want to help people, but it's like at some point it's like, I want to go through my portal and ascend, but here goes the King of Cups right here. You need to go with him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Both my exes are Kings of Cups. It's like, bro. Where'd the other goose go? Oh, the goose is just sitting today. They just chilling. They're not even flying today. There's an unlikely partnership about to form with the child and someone else. Oh no. Most people don't know what's going on behind the scenes. They don't want you to know. That's why they keep you worried about, oh, this vibe. It's a vibe. Vibe here, vibe here. You don't even realize you vibing, but really you selling your kid's sexual energy. Every time you decide to open up your private area and vibe with somebody else, you're selling your kid's sexual energy. Because once you have a child, you die to have life go into that child. Essentially, that's that process. They become whoever you were at that point in time, and then you have the ability to that's why after you have a kid, people go through postpartum depression. People are depleted, drained, tired. They got bags under their eyes. They can't function appropriately because you spiritually have to die and rebuild yourself up from the ground up, because you give all your energy to birth and push this new life into the world, and you nurture this new life. You give it everything that you have. That's why you're supposed to raise a kid with 2 parents. So for anyone who has to put their all into a kid by themselves, that's why people like me are protective of our kid. Because at 5 weeks, I was by myself. His father got locked up because his mother and his father told him to turn himself in. It was me alone. This is your Justice. The Justice card just popped up. I was alone. Now, I was in a house with my father and my grandmother, but even my grandmother, she was so quick to have to tell, oh, go ahead and get off of that child support stuff now, Pank. Like, my father was so pressed to tell them people I was pregnant in his house to get off of child support. Like, dude, you could have just been paying it knowing that it was going to come straight to me anyway. I was going to have to check and just have, what, a little $200 a week or something like that, and I'm pregnant. What the fuck was the problem with that? And we in the same house. Hey, you got your child support check? Hey, give me $50 off of that joint. Like, all the men that I meet, they swear they're so smart, but they're so dumb. It's, well, you want to have control over me. No. I just want to be able to benefit from the fact that you're benefiting off of my existence and your presence anyway. Like, even right now, me and you are vibing. We are connected. You're benefiting from it. It's mutually beneficial, but y'all benefit more. We start to look old. We start to look like we got bags under our eyes like y'all. Left bag, oh, that's my mother's energy. I don't want to deal with your shit. The fuck away from me. And then finally the card come out again. The Obambu spirits, older people who are refusing to face death, torturing and tormenting the souls of children, inhabiting their bodies and their space and their energy. My mother had the nerve to write down on the court paper documents saying, I said she wanted my son's big dick energy. Well, you do. His energy is fresh. It's relivening, and I didn't give y'all access to his energy. I said, get the fuck away from my kid. Because whatever you signed in, whatever contracts you got, that's on you. If I have a dream where it says you in the dream saying, I got all these resources, and you got these gangsters following you, and my womb is hurting, and you chasing me through a hotel, why would I not want to protect myself and my son from you? And literally a week later, you just randomly stayed at a hotel for a whole week during the full moon, coincidentally, trying to do moon magic outside the house. Then the husband comes back to the house. Oh, yeah, I just came through to pick up some things. And he's all sickly. I lost like 20 pounds. You needed to anyway. But these people who talk so much shit about you and tell the word that you're crazy and they want to get wellness checks done on you and all this other crazy shit, they want to be in your energy and watch you and pay attention to what you have going on. It's like, I can even feel my mother's energy right now. Her and her husband's energy conjoined right now in my space, in my aura. I can feel it. That's why I got these bags in my face, because this is her face. This is not my face. I don't have bags under my left eye. That's how I know she's in my space. My stomach all sticking out. I don't even let my stomach stick out like this. Heart all hurting and shit. My heart don't be hurting like that because I don't even have nobody to share my heart with to be hurting like that. But people say, you're crazy. You're just... My doctor's office got mad at me because I didn't want to give them my blood. So you don't want to do your blood test? Well, then the physical's over. You didn't even check my reflexes. That's crazy. So you just wanted to study my blood. How about I never give y'all my blood ever again? The Obambu card. This spirit is an Obambu. It's a spirit that causes wickedness in the minds of children because it's an unburied spirit or unrested spirit. Pretty much those ancestors are those people who become energy vampires who don't want to die because they learn the tricks of the trade of how to manipulate and steal energy. Sexual energy is your life force energy. So when you give your sexual energy to someone, you're giving them life. Now, it's pure when you do it when you're young and y'all are both, just living purely. But when someone intentionally knows that they're pulling your sexual energy out of you, when they know that they're pulling it out of you, they now have become a manipulator. That's when they become an Obambu spirit because they're trying to avoid feeling depleted. So they pull on people's sexual energy on purpose. It's different when you a kid and y'all just naturally hey, how are you? Hi. Y'all not thinking like that. Naturally, the bodies might be doing it, but y'all not thinking about it. A 5-year-old and a 5-year-old aren't thinking about how they're connected.